Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of We're Screwed Shorts. This one is probably going to piss you off because it sure pissed me off. The Springfield, Ohio saga continues again. This time, you have American citizens, residents of Springfield, Ohio, that have been there their whole lives, that are being pushed out of their homes so that these illegal refugees can live there. This woman is going to tell the city council her story about what's going on. This lady is being kicked out of her house. She had a knock on the door, and it was this Haitian saying that he bought her home, and she had 3 days to get out. It's criminal what's happening. I'll let you listen for yourself. I'll have to stop it a few times because of the copyright thing, so bear with me on that, but I'll try to make it brief.
Approached yesterday by a non-speaking or non-English speaking member of the community now, one of our new residents, that apparently purchased my home. I was not aware. No one told me until yesterday morning. And this gentleman came up and put a 3-day notice on my door. I've been a resident there for 6 years. He did not speak English. But he came up and told me I have 3 days. 3 days to move out of my home. I'm getting
3 days. Now, the law states that if you've been a resident somewhere that long, you have a 30-day notice to get out. But this guy's trying to make her leave in 3 days. Not even an American citizen, doesn't even speak the language, not supposed to be here. But this lady who was born here and has lived at that home for 6 years is now being kicked out by somebody who legally shouldn't even be here.
being pushed out of my home by someone that can't speak my language and doesn't know the law and doesn't know the rules of what an eviction is or what communication is, because he can't tell me. It's not his fault. But I want to know where the resources are for us, because I don't get rental assistance. My $15 an hour, I make too much. I took a pay cut because my employer had to outsource the company I work for overseas. I had to take a pay cut of a fourth of what I made. And now on top of that, I'm being asked to leave my home.
See, they vilify Trump because he's fighting for the American people. He wants to bring jobs here. He wants our companies to stay here. He wants people to have a chance at life. This is what outsourcing all the jobs gets you. And this lady, her company outsourced all the jobs and stuff. She had to take a massive, massive pay cut to where she can't really afford to do much of anything anymore. It's ridiculous.
By someone that can't communicate this to me. We're getting pushed out of this community. I was born here.
I want to be compassionate here. Your time is up.
The last line there is unbelievable. The gentleman says, I want to be compassionate here, but your time is up. They just don't care. It's a plan. This isn't by accident. It's a plan to get all these people into the country. And when they get here, they sign up for all these benefits. And while they're signing up for those benefits, every single time, there's a voter registration form. When you go for SNAP, part of that paperwork, voter registration form. When you get rental assistance, part of that paperwork, voter registration form. When you go to DMV to get an ID, part of that process, voter registration form. They want these illegals registered to vote. And they've made it illegal to ask proof of citizenship to register. They're not expecting that these illegals are actually going to vote. They just want them registered to vote so that they can fill out a ballot in their name for Kamala Harris. That is the play here. That is how they're going to try to cheat. That's why they've done this. That's why they brought in 20 million or more illegals. That's why ladies like this are being forced out of her home. That's why entire apartment complexes are being taken over by Venezuelan gangs. And the people that live there are being forced at gunpoint to pay the gang members. That's why all of this shit is happening. That's why innocent women are being abused and being killed so that they can cheat in the election. That's what it's all about. And if you don't believe me, look into it. Arizona has a ton of them that have been registered to vote. And the hearing to determine whether they're actually allowed to vote or whether they're illegals and shouldn't be allowed to vote isn't until January, after the election. New Mexico, same thing. Nevada, same thing. They're taking the governor of my state, Virginia, to court because he got rid of a lot of these illegal voters off the voter rolls. And they're taking him to court saying that he's not allowed to do that. Now, why else would they want to do that if they weren't trying to cheat? As always, up to you to make up your own mind. But I think it's pretty clear. I'll catch you on the next one. Till I speak to you again. Love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.